8 dangerous habits that damage your brain. Before starting the video, if you are new here, please subscribe. A habit is something we do regularly without thinking much about it. Many of us rely on habits to get through our day. Sometimes, we don't even realize why we do them or how they affect us. But some seemingly harmless habits we have can actually be really bad for our brains, and they can cause long-term damage. Our brain is the most important part of our body, but we often forget that it needs exercise, nourishment, and training to work properly. So, if we develop good habits and stay away from the bad ones mentioned in this video, we can protect our brain from harm and keep it healthy. So, here are 8 dangerous habits that damage your brain. Number 1. Skipping breakfast. Not eating breakfast can be bad for our brain. Just like our body needs good food to work properly, our brain needs the right nutrients too. But many of us don't eat breakfast because we're busy and want to save time. When we skip breakfast, our brain doesn't get enough sugar and important nutrients. The brain needs pure glucose to work well. If we don't give it the right nutrition, it can have bad effects on our brain in the long run, like the brain cells not working well anymore. Number 2. Overeating. You might have heard the saying, having too much of anything is not good. Well, the same goes for our brain. When our brain doesn't work properly, we tend to eat more than we need. On the other hand, eating too much can harm our brain. When we overeat, cholesterol plaques build up and the blood vessels in our brain become thicker. As a result, our brain cells receive less blood, which can seriously affect their normal functioning. Researchers have discovered that overeating can even lead to a condition called Alzheimer's disease, which harms our memory and thinking abilities. Moreover, overeating can make us gain too much weight, which can damage how we see ourselves and how confident we feel. This, in turn, can lead to feelings of sadness and other emotional problems. Number 3. Not enough sleep. When you don't get enough sleep, it can make your brain work less effectively. You may have experienced times when you couldn't remember where you live or where you put your keys, and that's probably because you didn't get enough sleep. Not getting enough sleep can cause problems with your thinking and memory. It can even make some brain cells die, which makes it harder for you to remember things. Not getting good sleep can also make you feel bad emotionally. So, it's important to make sure you get about 7 hours of sleep every night to help your brain and make you feel better. Number 4. Eating too much sugar. Whether we realize it or not, we all eat sugar in a lot of the food and drinks we consume. When we eat too much refined sugar, it can harm our brain and body's ability to take in proteins and important nutrients. If we don't get enough good nutrition, it can lead to malnourishment and problems in our brain, like having a hard time remembering things, trouble learning, being overly active, or feeling really sad. So, before you happily gulp down a big soda with your meal, remember that it has about 20 spoonsful of sugar in it. Number 5. Working when you are sick. Sometimes we get sick because we've been working too hard. If we keep working even when we're sick, our brain won't work as well. It will make us feel even more stressed. When we're sick, our brain and body are already trying very hard to fight off the infection. Working when we're sick will only make things harder. So, it's important to take a break, rest, and get better. Number 6. Lack of socializing. Spending time with other people and talking to them helps your brain grow and develop. Having smart conversations makes your brain stronger and helps it function better. When you meet new people and make friends, it boosts your creativity. Talking and interacting with others is also a great way to freely express yourself. But if you don't spend time with others or if you don't talk much, you might feel sad and down. 7. Early stress. Stress is something that everyone experiences. It's normal to feel a certain level of stress when it comes to work or family. Stress from trying to finish tasks on time or wanting to win a competition can even be a good thing. However, when stress becomes too much for you to handle, it starts to affect how your brain works and makes you feel down, sad, mad, easily annoyed, and unable to sleep well. If you often feel one or more of these emotions, it's important to reach out for help from a counselor or distance yourself from things that are causing stress. Number 8. Not thinking enough. Studies have found that when we don't use our brains enough or engage in stimulating thoughts, our brains can actually shrink. So, it's really important to keep our brains active and growing. This can be done through activities like thinking, reading, and writing. These activities help train and improve our brains, making them work better and protecting them from harm. It is crucial to prioritize stimulating thoughts and engage in activities like reading, writing, and deep thinking to keep our brains healthy and functioning at their best. By regularly exercising our minds, we can prevent our brains from shrinking and promote their growth. So, let's make a conscious effort to stimulate our thoughts and expand our knowledge for a healthier and more fulfilling life. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to receive more valuable content.